Up front, TikTok has been taking down or muting a lot of our videos within minutes of them being posted. If you're seeing this video and it's muted, you can also find it on our YouTube and Facebook.
What's up, Family Liberty, and everyone else watching this video who's not following our channel because you don't know who the fuck we are. It's your new best friend, Big Sarge, the artist formerly known as Admin Tim, founder of the Sons of Liberty. If you're new to our channel, I know you're looking at the title and the name and thinking, this dude must be MAGA. So fuck Donald Trump, fuck Elon Musk, fuck GOP politicians, fuck the billionaire bourgeoisie class. This channel and our comment section are not a safe space for bootlicking simps for Wish.com fascist oligarchs, failed insurrectionists, and wannabe authoritarian tyrants. Now you know where I stand on things. So if you're still here and you're not frantically rage typing into the comment box like a triggered snowflake shit gibbon, then maybe consider following this channel after you watch this video. Quick update, it looks like an elderly patron in an Altoona McDonald's recognized the suspect believed responsible for the public shooting of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, who was unalived this past week. More details are coming, so make sure you're dialed into the Sons of Liberty BlueSky, Instagram, and Facebook, where we'll be posting as details become known, including his motive and the alleged manifesto. And you know what? Fuck it. If this guy's reason is because he lost someone due to United Healthcare, then I will personally start a GoFundMe for his legal defense and put that shit on blast. I'm sure other people will probably be doing the same thing. Also, can we stop calling insurance companies providers? That's the fucking term that they came up with, but they don't provide healthcare. That's what doctors, nurses, therapists, and aides do. Insurance companies are in business to do the exact opposite. They're obstacles to care. So let's call them what they really are: death panels. And that leads me to the topic of today's rant. The world's richest sociopathic supervillain, Elon Musk, a man whose net worth is an estimated $354.9 billion US dollars, has met with a bunch of Republican US congressmen whose average worth is approximately $2.3 million and who also make $14,500 per month. They also get fully paid health care benefits for life. These men met to discuss cutting Social Security benefits, Medicare and Medicaid coverage, and also to cut veterans benefits. The average person receiving benefits receives an average of $1,700 per month, $1,700. That won't even cover rent in many places. America, let that shit sink in. A foreign billionaire from South Africa bought the U.S. election and is now convincing fellow wealthy elite white men to cut vital benefits to American citizens. Yet polling indicates 62% of Americans think it's the federal government's responsibility to provide you with health care coverage. That's the highest that number's been in decades. Now that it's sinking in, you heard that correctly. People pay for Social Security their entire lives through payroll taxes, only for some South African billionaire immigrant to come along and tell those American citizens that they aren't allowed to receive money from a system that they paid into because he wants to be taxed less. This same guy, by the way, didn't pull himself up by his bootstraps and he didn't work hard. He inherited a bunch of money that his family made off of apartheid, a system of legalized racism and discrimination. We live in a country that forces human beings to work multiple jobs so that they can barely scrape by. The wealth disparity since the 1950s has skyrocketed tremendously, and a lot of old people are now in the finding out stage of the fuck around and find out equation. We live in a country that forces human beings to beg for food in pantries in order to avoid taxing the wealthy. And now these same wealthy motherfuckers are going to cut a bunch of social programs to help fund the government. You know what, motherfucker? No. How about you goddamn millionaires and billionaires pay your fucking taxes? How about we stop cutting taxes for the wealthy? Why do we have so many tax loopholes for obscenely wealthy people? Who the fuck do these goddamn politicians think that they are? We the people did not approve this. These motherfuckers were elected to represent us, and this is not representation. We fought a whole revolution against an English king, against unfair mercantile and business practices that were foisted upon us, and we rebelled because of unfair taxation that was crippling the average person living in the American colonies. The question that each of you watching this video is this: when does violence become an acceptable answer in the face of oppression? Some random Robin Hood walked up to the CEO of the world's wealthiest and largest healthcare insurance provider and bodied that motherfucker in public on a Manhattan sidewalk at 6:44 in the goddamn morning. In response, the healthcare insurance company's Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield seemingly reversed a highly controversial decision to limit anesthesia coverage to patients in the middle of a procedure. This change is temporary, and it was limited to exactly one company's policy on one single niche issue and only for a couple of states. So all these companies with obscenely wealthy executives could have started doing the right thing in the face of the very real fear that they now feel. But instead of fixing policies, approving claims, and restructuring their industry, their response was to reach out to private security companies for executive protection. Their CEOs and board members and high-level executives are spending some of their money on making themselves safer. They're not doing anything for the mid-level management and the employees. They're not hardening their headquarters against workplace violence, and they're not simply fixing policies to accommodate Americans. No, they're continuing their selfish self-preservation. So again, the question becomes, when does violence become an acceptable answer in the face of oppression? That's the conversation that we need to be having, not this pearl-clutching, hand-wringing discussion of the morality of cheering on violent ends for terrible people. You should have this conversation with yourself and with others, because the media and the politicians and the wealthy elite that own these companies and buy these politicians are already working to make life more difficult for you. And you can guarantee that they're having those conversations about how to avoid the pitchforks and torches. And speaking strictly for myself, I'm a combat veteran. I'm 100% comfortable with violence. I spent 10 years in the United States Army. I gave my blood, sweat, and tears for this country, its people, and the concept of democracy and freedom from tyranny and oppression. My body is busted. In addition to the bad back and the bad knees and bad everything, the PTSD, I've got hearing loss, tinnitus, failing vision. These motherfuckers start cutting my benefits and my medical care, I will be the fatally find out portion of the fuck around and fatally find out equation. And I know a fuck ton of veterans who, like me, own guns. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Obligatory disclaimers. The resistance starts with us. To that end, we've begun organizing local Sons of Liberty chapters by region. Don't ask if we have a chapter set up in such and such state or such and such region. Get on Discord, because rule number 1 of Sons of Liberty Fight Club is that we don't talk about Sons of Liberty Fight Club. We're doing all of this on the Sons of Liberty Discord server because social media oligarchs like Mark Zuckerberg and Apartheid Andy can't deplatform us, nor can they mute or censor our content. On Discord, you can hang out with the Sons of Liberty admin team and the rest of the fam of Liberty who've made it onto our server. And it's not just a chat platform. We also have a section for gamers. We have region sections with helpful resources where you can learn about self-defense, home defense, firearms discussions, victory gardens. There's a channel for veterans. You can get updates from our social media. And I do want to point out that our Discord can be ping heavy thanks to the webhooks that integrate our various social media notifications. But you can disable those, and if you need assistance with that, let us know on Discord. The invite link to Discord is in the Throatpunch at the end of this video. It's also in the YouTube video description and in the TikTok and YouTube channel descriptions. If you like the shirts or the hoodie that I wear in my videos, some of them, but not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store, which is listed in the link tree in our TikTok and YouTube channel descriptions. On YouTube, it's also in the video description. New merch goes up all the time, and thank you to the small amount of artists who've contributed their own work to the cause. If you like our video content, then I would appreciate it very much if you'd follow us on all of the other socials, whichever ones that you have. The various socials that we have are listed in the Throatpunch at the end of our videos and the link tree, which can be found on the channel description. On YouTube and TikTok, we'd also appreciate it if you'd subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. A little bit of a different process on TikTok, but if you're on TikTok, you already know that. You can help us extend our reach by sharing our video content on all of your socials. You can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comments. Why 7 words? Posting 7 words in the comments section is the magic number for the algorithm to decide that your engagement on our content is meaningful and that it should suggest our videos and our channel to people who watch the same things that you watch. By the way, that algorithm also works on most social media platforms, so be cognizant of that on other places where you support your favorite content creators, like us. On that note, if you've watched this video all the way to the end and you can't think of anything else to say, I made it to the end. Big Sarge is actually 8 words, so you can post that as a suggestion. 2 claps and a Rick. Are you prepared to fight for what's right? Thank you, Simi. Woo! Guess what time it is? And now it's time for the Throatpunch!